Okay, good morning class. So the first part of this lesson, we're going to look at the control test of 2021, last year, first paper. There will be probably certain parts that, why is this dot here? Oh. There will be probably certain parts that you haven't done yet. I will just indicate. But I will answer it anyway because of the recording we're making on this particular paper. Okay. So this paper was set by. I set this paper, no? Okay. Let's go. So the first question says simplify. This paper was for 2 hours, 100 marks, no? That's it. So what do we do first? The question says simplify. If it says simplify, our final answer should contain no brackets. Okay, if it says factorize, then our final answer should be one term. Okay. So let's multiply this out. What do we get? We get negative 2x plus 10. The next one, we're multiplying like that. So 3 over 2 times 6 in the calculator. 3 over 2 times 6. We know that's going to give you 4, but if you didn't know, and that's how we get 4. So it's 4x squared minus the 2 over 3 times negative 7 over 3. That's going to give you negative 7 over 2, sorry, it's going to give you 7 over 3x plus. So you're going to do that without the calculator. You're going to first convert that to improper form and then multiplying. Otherwise, you can use the calculator. Press shift, and the mixed fraction form is going to be 1 and 3 over 4. I know some of you enjoy working without the calculator, so it's 2 over 3 times, that's going to give you 4 is 7 over 4. 2 going to 2 once, 2 going to 4 twice, so it's 7 over 6. Okay, but some of you again are not that confident in your fractions. You do it with the calculator, you're going to get 7 over 6. Anyway, okay. Let's look at the next question. So here we need to, it's a binomial squared, so square the first term is 4x squared. That times 2 is going to give you negative 4xy. The last term squared is going to be y squared minus the conjugate pair. So that's going to give us x squared minus 4y squared. Multiply that. If you don't know the rules of conjugate pair and binomial square, you write it out twice, you multiply it. Okay? So that's going to give you 4x squared minus 4xy plus y squared minus x squared plus 4y squared. So that is like terms. So it's going to give you 3x squared minus 4xy. Y squared plus 4y squared is going to give you 5y squared. Okay? Any issues there? The next one? Again, multiply. So it's 2 into. You're going to multiply the brackets in first. So it's going to be a times a is a squared plus ap minus a minus 2ap minus 2p squared plus 2p minus, and you multiply that in. It's going to give you 5a, and not 5 but 10. AP plus 5. What do we do now? We get rid of the brackets, we multiply. Okay, so that's going to give you 2a squared plus 2ap minus 2a minus 4ap minus 4p squared plus 4p minus 10ap plus 5a. Remember that 2 doesn't multiply the negative 10ap and the 5. Okay. So again, like terms, people. That is on its own, so it's 2a squared. 2ap minus 4ap is negative 2ap. Minus 10ap is negative 12ap. Negative 2a. And 5 is going to be plus 3a. Minus 4p squared plus 4p. Who got that answer? You guys got that? Okay. Any confusion at this point? No? Let's carry on. What must be added to x cubed minus y cubed to make it equal to? So what must be added to? So x cubed minus y cubed plus something is equal to x minus y cubed. So something must be added. What must be added? To get that on its own, what must be added? It will be x minus y cubed minus x cubed minus y cubed. Or you could have said minus x cubed plus y cubed if you're taking it over the equal sign. So you cube this out, it's going to give you x cubed minus, it's 3x squared y plus 3x squared xy squared plus y cubed. Now if you don't know that rules, we can multiply that. Remember, x minus y cubed can be written as x minus y times x minus y times x minus y. So that's going to be x minus y, and this minus x minus y squared, which is x squared minus 2xy plus y squared. We multiply that story. So it's going to be x cubed minus 2xy squared, x squared y plus xy squared minus x squared y plus 2xy squared minus y cubed, which is simply x cubed minus 3x squared y plus 3xy squared minus y cubed. That is when I'm taking a binomial cube. That's how I multiply this. Okay. So yes, that confirms that the answer is correct. Minus x cubed plus y cubed. So what happens? That cancels that. It's supposed to be minus. Okay. Morning, boss. Can you guys get it?
Morning, mathematicians.
Yeah, only for the 2 pages. Is it the geometry part?
Okay, sure.
Yeah. Thanks, boss. Okay. That cancels, people, so it's negative 3x squared y plus 3xy squared. So the question is, what must be added to it? So negative 3x squared y plus 3xy squared must be. Who got that sum right? Faye, you got it right. Nice. Do it on your own? Nice. One day we're going to be all like you. Just not today. Some other day, not today. Are you laughing? Hello. Yeah. Every day I'm getting this wrong with you. Right. If ax plus b all squared is equal to 9x squared plus bx plus 4, determine the values of a, b, and p where a is greater than 0 and b is less than. Greater, if a is greater than 0, what does that mean? What does that mean? A is positive, not so. A is positive then we are told that b is less than 0. What does that mean? B has to be negative. So what we're going to do is you take a binomial squared again, you can write it out twice. It's going to be ax plus b times ax plus b, and you multiply the story out. Okay. Or you can apply the binomial square rule, which is a squared x squared. That times 2 is going to give you 2abx plus b squared is equal to 9x squared plus bx plus 4. So now it's a matter of equating the variables. Okay. You all see this, say a trinomial is equal to a trinomial. Not so. So if you got ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 2x squared minus 4x plus 8. Then what is your a value in that equation? What's your a value? 2. So what's your b value? What's the B value? Negative 4. And what's your C value? 8. Can you see that, people? On the same account, you're going to say, okay, what number is in front of x squared? A squared. So is in front of x squared is that? 9. So a squared is equal to 9. You see that? So how do we get a on its own? Square root both sides. By square root, what must I not forget? Plus minus. So a is equal to plus minus 3. But we are told that a is greater than 0, not so. So I'm going to consider a to be positive. Make sense? Let's look at the next one. Minus, okay, let's go with the b. So, we got b squared is equal to 4. If I introduce square root, what must I not forget? Plus minus. So b is equal to plus minus 2. But what did it tell us? B has to be less than 0. B has to be negative. So it's negative 2. Make sense? Let's go with this here. That one there and this one. We got negative 2 AB is equal to B. So you got B is equal to, you got negative 2. What's your A value? 3. And my B value? Negative 2. So it's going to be positive 12. Okay? B is equal to positive 12. We got this one right? Okay? Nobody. So you wouldn't have gotten it right in the exam. Remember, this was the exam that people had lost here. Okay? So ask yourselves, how far are we from where we need to be? Okay? Let's go with question 2. What needs to be, the question says factorize. So what needs to be done first here? Common factor, x, 5x. I'm left with x squared minus 25. What's going to happen here? Runs off 2 squares. So it's 5x into x plus 5, x minus 5. Let's look at the next one. What needs to be done here? Common factor. The common factor of a third. So I'm left with x cubed minus 27y cubed. How do we get 27? You say 9 divided by a third. It's 27. Or a third times 27 is 9. So what type of factorization here? Difference of cubes. So what's the cube root of x cubed? X minus. Of course that is minus. That had to be a plus, or put a plus thing. Okay. What's the cube root of 27y cubed? 3y. So square the first term, I get x squared. Negative becomes positive. X times 3y, 3xy. Negative 3y whole squared is going to be positive 9y. Okay. Alright, next one. What is the factorization here? Common bracket. To take a common bracket out, what am I left with? Take one of this out, I'm left with the other. So a minus 2b, but take it out, I'm left with minus 1. Next. Favorite. No, not yet. What are you going to do here? Grouping. Factorization by grouping. So what's common here? 3. Not so? Then I'm left with 3a squared minus 2b. What is common here? Negative 3a. Then I'm left with 6b minus 1. Did we go any further? Yes, you can take 3 out as a common factor. But I'm looking for a common bracket afterwards. So that's not going to work. So what must I do? Rearrange. So I put that one and that one together. So you get 9a squared minus 18ab minus 6b plus 3a. Let's try now. What is common there? 9a. I'm left with a minus 2b. What is common here? Negative 3. The first term is negative. So I'm left with 2b minus a. But is a minus 2b the same as 2b minus a? No. So what do? Swap. Swap around. Negative comes out, making that negative a positive. So 9a into a minus 2b plus 3 into a minus 2b. What is now common? A minus 2b. What am I left with? 9a plus. What is now common in that bracket? 3. So I'm left with a minus 2b into 3a plus. Any confusion here? No? Not yet? Let's carry on with our lives. Okay, this way simplify as far as possible. Right, so what's going to happen here? Common factor of 4. I'm left with x squared minus y squared over. What's happening at the bottom? Common factor of 3. So we left with x minus y. What can be done now? Difference of 2 squares in the numerator. X plus y, x minus y. Over 3 into x minus y. So x minus y cancels x minus y. So what am I left with on top? 4 into x plus y over 3. Or if you want, you could have said it's going to be 4x plus 4y over 3. Okay. Any confusion there? No? Let's get on with our lives. Okay. So what do we have here? Favorite trinomial. There's going to be x minus the 4. No, x minus 3, x minus 4. Over difference of 2 squares. X plus 4, x minus 4. That changes to multiplication. What is common here? Negative 20. I'm left with x plus 4 over, what's common there? 2. X minus. Okay. From here it is a matter of cancelling. X minus 3, x minus 3, x plus 4, x plus 4, x minus 4, x minus 4. 2 goes into 20. 10 times 2 goes into 2 once. So what are we left with? Negative 10 over 1, which is negative. The next one. What is your LCM here? It's over 1. So it's x into x plus 3. So that first fraction must be multiplied by what to get this, the LCM? X plus 3. So it's 1 into x plus 3. What must that be multiplied by? X. So it's x into x plus 2. What must that be multiplied by? X. So it's 2 into x. Okay. X into x plus 3. Good, correct? Now why you only say x? So what we do now, get rid of the brackets. So 1 times x is x plus 3 negative x squared minus 2x. Yeah, multiplying positive 2x in, so they give you positive 2x squared plus 6x. And this is all over x into x plus 3. So what am I going to do now? What am I going to do now? Like terms, yes. So that's going to simply be x squared, x minus 2x minus x is plus 5x, 3, so it's plus 3. Correct? X into x plus 3. Okay? Any issues there? No? Yes? Yes. Definitely you're going to lose it. From wherever from whichever point you leave out your denominator, you'll be penalized from that point onwards. Okay. Have I sent you the memo to this? Good. Before I end the video, I'll just make sure that I've answered everything properly. Okay. So what I've noticed is, in the past I've sent the paper with a memo. So children say either they can go through the memo the night before they write, or the morning before they write, or they rewrite a memo from what I've seen. They rewrite the answers from what I've seen. Okay. Question 4. Okay, so the question says simplify as far as possible. Anything power 0 is? 1. So it's 7 over 1. You see that 0 is only on the x. So only the x becomes 1. In the denominator, the 0 is on the whole. Don't touch my stuff. My God, man. What's the use you sanitize when you touch the stuff first? Now I touch when you touch and I get infected. What kind of girl are you? Are you late? Sorry? You're not late, the traffic is late. Nice. Okay. Do you guys understand? The 0 is only on the x. So only the x becomes 1. The denominator, the 0 is on the everything. So everything becomes 1. 7 over 1, of course, is 7. Let's look at the next one. Okay, I made it with the intention of clearing this actually. Right, the next one. What I'm going to do is I sort out my numbers only. So 4 goes into 8 twice, into here 3 times. 3 going to cancel 3. So what I do is I multiply the top. 8 times a squared is 8 times negative 2. No. 8 times negative 2. No. 8 to the x. 8 times 8 to the negative 2 is negative 1. B to the negative 2 times b cubed is b to the 1. C over 8 to the negative 1 times a is a to the 0. B times b squared is b cubed. C squared. Okay. Because anything to the power 0 is 1. So where's there more a's? Oh, you got a to the minus 1. Not so. So where must this go? To the bottom. So it's going to be over a. Where's there more b's? Bottom. So it's going to be b. 3 minus 1 is 2. Where's there more c's? Bottom. Is a 1. So 2 minus 1 is 1. There's nothing on top, we put a 1. You all agree with that? Alright. I must just clear this. So what's the square root of 25? Square root of 8? A? 4. So 8 divided by 2. Minus cube root of 27? 3. A. 12 over 3 is? 4. You all agree with that? Alright. Are there like terms? 5 minus 3 is? 2. So 2a4. Okay? Any problems there? No? The next one. So 10 can be written as 2 times 5. 4 can be written as 2 squared. 5 can be written as 5 squared. So it's going to be 2 to the 2n times 2 times 5 raised to the n times 5 to the n over 2 squared raised to the n minus 1 times 5 squared raised to the n. Okay. What do we do now? Multiply the exponents. Not so. So it's 2 to the 2n times 2 to the n times 5 to the n. And remember it's applying to everything inside the bracket. Times 5 to the n all over 2. 2 times n is 2n minus 2 times 5 to the 2. Okay. So what we do now? When we multiply and bases are the same, what do you do with the exponents? Add them. Okay. That will simply be 2 to the 2n plus n minus 2n plus 2. You all agree with that? Times 5 to the n plus n minus 2. So it's 2 of those cancels, 2 squared times 5 to the exponent, 0. You can't just leave it blank. So if you leave it with no number on top, that means you say it's 5 to the exponent, 1. So that cancels, so 2 squared is 4. Okay. Any issues thus far? Yes?
Isn't it 2n plus
2n plus 2. When I bring this, when I brought this up, are you talking about this here?
Yes, sir, but this the element you can see.
Sorry?
It's 2n minus 2n plus 2.
That's 2n, n, minus 2n. So it must be plus n there. Then it's going to be 2 to the n plus 2. Just check there quickly. You're absolutely correct. So you need to check something quickly. Yeah, that's correct. That's lesson 0. I made a mistake here. Here's my mistake. Why do I have a plus here? A minus. Supposed to have been a plus. Is your binomial square? Okay, so the thing doesn't cut out here. Okay, so I've highlighted a mistake I've made here. I said that is minus, is actually a plus. Why didn't you guys correct me? Huh? That's actually minus 12. Not so. Who got minus 12? Sorry? You got positive 12. It should be negative. Because I put a negative, my mistake was here, man. I put a negative here. It's supposed to be a positive. So positive 2a, b is equal to p. So it's 2a is 3, b is negative 2. So p works out to be negative 2. Okay. So that is a mistake I made there. Sorry about that. Hope you guys can forgive me. Right. Sure, that is correct. That's correct. Nice, nice. Let's see, huh? 2 point. Right, it's in order. -10. There's another mistake here somewhere. In question 4.1.2. Go to 4.1.2. What's the answer I gave you there? 1 is supposed to be 2. So why didn't you tell me? I cancelled out, but I didn't see that 2 that I've written there. Okay. People, if I make a mistake, tell me. So yeah, that's a mistake. Okay. Right, let's carry on. So we're going to break up so that we can factorize. In the same time, if you had made a mistake and you're telling me about, you think I made a mistake, then I can tell you where you went wrong. At the same time, you are learning. Okay? So it's 5 times 3 to the n minus 3 to the n times 3 to the 1 over 3 to the n times 3 to the minus 1. So what do we do now? 3 to the n is a common factor. What are we left with? 5 minus 3 over 3 to the n times 3 to the -1. That cancels. 5 minus 3 is 2 over 1 over 3. Give me an answer. 6. Alright. The next one, we are told that if 2 to the x equal to a, determine the value of the following in terms of a. Okay. So firstly, we're going to try and write it in terms of 2 to the x. So 8 can be written as 2 cubed raised to the x. So that's going to be 2 to the 3x. Or it could be written as 2 to the x cubed. Why? Because at 2 to the x cubed, 2 to the x cubed, all cubed, is also equal to 2 to the 3x. Not so. So what do we know about 2 to the x? It's a. So it's a cubed. Okay. The next one, we are given 2 to the x plus 2. So this could be broken up into 2 to the x times 2 squared. Not so. So what is 2 to the x? A. So a times 2 squared is 4. So the answer is 4. Okay. The next one is question 5.1. The question says solve for x. So this is your equation. Alright. So let's multiply. So we're going to get rid of the brackets first. So 3 times x is 3x plus 6 plus x squared minus 4x plus x is minus 3x. 1 times -4 is -4 equals 2x plus x squared. People, that will cancel. Not so. But bring x squared minus x squared. Cancel. Okay? So this now becomes a linear equation that also cancels. So in other words, 2x is equal to 6 minus 4, which is 2. Divide by 2 both sides. Therefore x equal to 1. Okay, is that correct? Alright, let's look at the next one. What's your LCM here? LCM is 12. 3 times this by 3. Let's 3 times by 4. Times this by 6. So that's going to give us 3x plus 6 minus 4x plus 24 is equal to 6. X is one side, numbers are the other side since it's linear. So negative x equal to that is 30. 6 minus 30 is negative 24. Divide by negative 1 both sides. So x is going to be 20. So that's correct? The next one. What's my LCM here? Sorry? X into x minus 1, x plus 1. So what must that be multiplied by? X into x plus 1. Not so. So it's 1 times that. Okay? What must that denominator be multiplied by? X minus 1, x plus 1. What must that denominator be multiplied by? X minus 1. X into x minus 1. You all agree with that? So from here, this is a matter of multiplying up. I get x squared plus x equals 3 into your binomial square. You conjugate p this, it's going to give you x squared minus 1 minus 2x squared plus 2x. You all agree with that? So what do we do now? Multiply. So it's going to be x squared plus x equals 3x squared minus 3 minus 2x squared plus 2x. Okay? So what is 3x squared minus 2x squared? So on the left, on the right hand side I got x squared and the left hand side I got x squared. So that will cancel each other. Not so? So it again become a linear equation. If it didn't cancel out, then we'll bring everything to one side and we'll have 0 on the other side. Okay? So that simply gives us, so I'm going to bring 2x over. So it's going to be x minus 2x is going to be equal to minus 3. So that's negative x equal to negative 3. So x equal to 3. Okay, you all agree with that? People, there was a restriction here. What is the restriction? X can never be equal to 0. Yes. X can never be equal to negative 1. And x can never be equal to negative 1. Is the solution any of those there? No. If it was, I would have put a line so through it. Okay. But since that isn't affected, so that is, it could be a solution to the equation. Okay. Look at the next one. Exponential equation, you must make the bases the same for the exponents to be equal. So 8 can be written as 2 cubed raised to the 2x times 64 can be written as 2 to the 6 raised to the x minus 2 equals 4 can be written as 2 squared. So we multiply the exponents. So it's 2 to the 6x times 2 to the 6x minus 12 is equal to, bring that up, is 2 to the negative 2. Okay. When we're multiplying it, bases are the same. What do you do with the exponents? So it's going to become 6x plus 6x minus 12 is equal to 2 to the negative 2. So that's going to become 2 to the 12x minus 12 is equal to 2 to the minus 2. All agree with that? Now what do we do? The bases are the same, exponents are equal. Therefore 12x minus 12 is equal to negative 2. Take it over, becomes 12x is equal to 10. Divided by 12, 10 over 12 is 5 over 6. Okay, any issues there? No? So this is the process of elimination that takes place here. So what we do first, we divide by 5 both sides. That cancels. So 2 to the x is equal to 9. Okay, so 9 can 2 to the x. So 2 to the 1 is 2, 2 to the 2 is 4, 2 to the 3 is 8. So 2 to the 3 and 2 to the 4. So that's 8 and 16. So 2 to the x has to be greater than 2 cubed, but less than 2 to the 4. So therefore, we have 2 to the 3 comma something. We go in the calculator, 2 to the 3 comma 3 to the 3 comma 5. It's 11. That is over, not so. So go 3 over, so it's 2, 1, 5, 9, 7. Yes, very close. No? So you can get the 2 comma 1 7 or 1 6 would give us. Let's see what 1 6 gives us. 1 6 8 9. Yes, so it's 2 3 comma 1 7 is fairly good. Otherwise, if you apply the logs, okay, so the firstly is 5 times 2 to the x is equal to 45. You divide by 5 both sides. So 2 to the x is equal to 9. So we will log both sides. So it's going to be log 2 to the x is equal to log 9. So that goes forward, not so. So it's x log 2 equals log 9. Divide by log 2 both sides. That cancels. So x is equal to, we put it in the calculator, it's going to be log 9 over log 2. 3 comma 1 7. Okay. People, either way is acceptable. Okay. Either way is acceptable then. So you give it v is equal to 4 over 3 power cubed. If it's given, the formula is used for determining the volume of a netball. Express radius r in terms of volume. So what do we have to do first? What do we have to do first? To get r cubed on its own, I'm going to divide by 4 over 3 pi. So that cancels. So r cubed is equal to, now there's a 1 on top there, not so. 1 divided by 4 over 3 is going to be 3 over 4. V is in the numerator and pi is in the denominator. How do I get r cubed, r on its own? Cube root both sides. So r is equal to the cube root of 3 over 4 v over. Yes? The in front of the v. If v is written on its own, there's a 1 over 1 to the 1. That's always the case. Okay. Not a O, it's a v. Right. Next question. We are told if it's further given that the volume of a size 5 netball is 6,044 centimeters cubed. Hence or otherwise, if it says hence, it means to say I must use the previous answer. Not so. Hence or otherwise determine the length of the diameter. So how do you calculate diameter? Diameter is equal to your 2 times your radius. Not so. So firstly I need to work out my radius. So r is equal to the cube root of 3 times your volume, which is 6044 over 4 pi. So you put that in the calculator. So it's going to be the cube root of fraction 3 times 6044 over 4 pi. It's 11,3. That is 11,3. Since it's centimeters cubed, it's going to be centimeters. So what's the diameter? It's going to be 11,3 times 2. It's going to give you 22.6 centimeters as your diameter. Okay? Let's carry on. In 6.2, in 6.2 we are told, given the equation x minus 1 over x over x, x minus 1 over x over 1 plus 1 over x is equal to x minus 1. For which value or values of x is the given equation undefined. So when is something undefined? When the denominator is equal to 0, not so. So you all agree that's a denominator. So it's where x is equal to 0, it will be undefined. Not so. At this point you all should also agree that that's also a denominator. Not so? Alright. So we can say it's when x plus 1 over x is also equal to 0. So LCM is, so we first take it over, so it's 1 over x is equal to negative 1. So we can make a fraction on either side of the equal sign. So we can cross multiply. 1 times 1 is 1, 1 times negative x is negative x. So when is the given equation undefined? It will be undefined if x is equal to 0 or x is equal to negative 1. Either one of those two, it will be undefined. The last question, the bonus question here. We are told in the diagram below, let's make it smaller, in the diagram into focus here. In the diagram below, DC is equal to 5x minus 2, which is this length here. Okay? QS, this is your Q here. QS is going to be 3x minus 2. Determine the area of the shaded region below in terms of x. Simplify your answer. Then we are told that a hint there that the triangle is half a base times height. So how do you calculate the area of the shaded region? It's going to be the area of a rectangle minus the area of the triangle. Not so. How do you calculate the area of a rectangle? Length times 3 minus half. Area of a triangle, base times perpendicular. So my length is what? Sorry? There's actually a square, no? Why? Because of the length and the breadth is the same. So it's actually a square, so I could have just said side square. Alright, so what's the length of the side? So it's 5x minus 2 squared minus a half. What's the base? 5x minus 2 times the height, which is 3x minus 2. Okay. From here, it's a matter of simplifying the expression. So it's 25x squared minus 10x plus 4 minus a half into half into 15x squared, that is minus 10x minus 6 is minus 16x plus 4. So that's going to give you 25x squared minus 10x plus 4 minus 15 over 2x squared plus 8x minus 2. Is that correct? So it's just now a matter of simplifying. So it's 50 is going to be 35 over 2x squared minus 10 plus 8 is negative 2x plus 2. Okay. Okay, any confusion here, people? No? that basically brings us to the end of this part of the lesson. Okay? We have 5 minutes left, so we're just going to go into the homework straight. Okay? People, what was the homework given? Sorry, the rest of 4.4. Alright, so you had to go into quadratic equations. We didn't start that yet, no? Have we? No, sir. Okay. So write that down, this quadratic equations in one unknown. So write that down. Quadratic equations in one unknown. Well, do you have any problems with the homework that was given? Huh? No. Okay. It was 4.4, no? The bell will ring shortly. Okay. So here we are told that a quadratic equation is a polynomial equation with a standard form of ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. Write that down. That's very important. A, b, and c is an element of integers normally. Okay. So for now, a, b, and c are element of integers. Or in high school, it's given like that. Okay. To solve these equations, we use the fact that if the product of two or more factors is 0, at least one of the factors must be 0. Very important. Okay, so if a times b is equal to 0, then a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0. I'll explain that now. If a is equal to 0 or b is equal to 0, then a times b has to be 0. If a over b is equal to 0, then a is equal to 0, and b equals 0 is not allowed. Why can b not be equal to 0? The equation again will come to be undefined. Okay. So the first question is solve for x. So just coming back to this here. If we got a times b is equal to 0. So if a is 5, what must b be to give an answer of 0? 0. If a is minus 20, what must b be to give the answer of 0? 0. If a was 2m squared minus 2, if that is your a value, what must b be to give an answer of 0? 0. Likewise, so here b has to be equal to 0. On the other end, if you had said you got, what must a be if b was 5 to give an answer of 0? 0. If b was minus 50, what must a be to give you 0? 0. If b was 2y squared, what must a be to give an answer of 0? 0. Can you see that? So, for this statement to be true, it's either b has to be equal to 0 or a is equal to 0. One of the two must be 0 for that